Dr. Fisher here. Well, it looks like I'm gonna close my blinds here. Here we go. Might give us some better light. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh, there we go. There we go. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. It's good to be here. Today, what I wanted to talk about was New Year's goals, standards, any fitness commitments or sprints that you're doing. So I'll give you an example of one of mine. So recently I did a challenge where I did 100 push-ups a day for 30 days in a row. Now that's not 100 push-ups right in a row. That was 100 push-ups per day so that we could go through the process, right? So first couple of days were hard, then it got easier, then it got easier, then it got easier. So I want to hear from you. What are your goals for the year? A lot of people do weight loss, go to the gym, those sorts of things. So it's really important. I want to set a framework really quickly here, the difference between goals and standards and or sprints and or a challenge. My favorite at the beginning of the year is to set small and attainable challenges for yourself, right? So short term. Now, most people, right, this is the time of year when people buy gym memberships. Now, it's kind of hard with COVID and whatever else, but people buy gym memberships with the idea that they're going to go and commit to going to the gym regularly. I am more a fan of like a short-term goal. So 10-day challenge, a 15-day challenge, a 30-day challenge. Those are usually more possible to attain than, I'm going to go to the gym for the rest of the year. Also, the difference between goals and standards. Goal is something in the future. Now, the difficulty with the things in the future is if they're too big to try and attain, what will happen is you can get overwhelmed or you feel ashamed and you're not able to accomplish the goals that you're trying to get to, and they never happen. A standard is the way in which you live your life. So, for example, if you drive, paid for cars, and your standard is you don't have a car payment. That one hits me hard personally because I finally bought a new car with everything that's going on, and now I have a car payment, which, it is what it is. So what is your standard? So for me, my standard is I like to work out at the gym at least 1 to 2 days a week, or in my own house, right? That's my standard. Pretty much across the board, I have to do those things. That is what I'm used to doing, right? So if you're used to eating, certain kind of food. So for example, like I don't like eating at Taco Bell or some of those maybe lower quality food places. So I'd just rather not eat, or I'd rather just, eat something small if instead of going to those places. So that's kind of where my standards are. So some people would call me maybe a little snobbish when it comes to food, right? If you want to call it that. But that's my standards. My standards of eating, for example, is a little bit higher quality foods at this point in time. So what are your standards for yourself this year? Are you going to raise your standards? Are you going to set goals to raise those standards, right? A standard is, in my mind, something that becomes a program in the background. It becomes what you do, and you don't go back to where you came from, where a goal is that future reference point. So put down some of your goals, some of your standards that you'd like to raise, and I would love to have you comment in the comments down below some ideas for us. So I want to actually make some, at the new year, I want to do maybe some challenges. So maybe another 30-day push-up challenge, or I was thinking like 100 air squats a day challenge, or maybe a weight loss challenge. I'm not as huge of a fan of doing the weight loss challenge, but I would be open to doing a movement challenge, right? Something that a lot of people would do. Hi, guys. So again, put in the comments what you would like possibly as a challenge that you would like me to participate in. I'm happy to actually, for Christmas, I got myself a whole bunch of tools and toys to be able to do more video and audio type stuff, maybe even a blog. And so I would love to participate with you and helping you attain the challenges and goals that you're looking for this year. So If you got ideas as to what that's going to look like, throw them in the comments down below. We would love to work through that process with you. All right. So again, remember, the new year is a new opportunity for you to start over again. So what are your goals? What are your standards? And what, commitment are you going to have for yourself? Maybe a 30-day sprint or a 10-day sprint. Please comment down below and or send us a message. I am going to come back later this week and I will tell you what mine are. Okay? We'll talk to you soon. This is Dr. Fisher signing out.